Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a foundation first impression / review. I'm going to be trying out the foundation for the first time today, and then I'm going to wear the foundation over the next few days so that I can really get to know the foundation intimately, and then I'll come back after I've formed an opinion of the foundation and I'll be able to tell you what I think of it and how it works for me. So the fabulous well, I hope it's going to be fabulous anyway, but you know, positive manifestations will hopefully make it positively, but what, I don't know. But so the foundation that we're going to be trying out today is by IT Cosmetics. It's called Your Skin But Better. This is continuing on in the same range as the Your Skin But Better CC cream, which I did try because I fell into the hype. Honestly, I didn't really love it too much. So generally I buy drugstore foundations. It's been a long time since I actually kind of invested anything over £10 in a foundation, so I really feel like this is a big treat to myself, meaning that I will be even more frustrated and pissed off if this does not turn out to be a good foundation, honestly. So this foundation costs £32, which is definitely up there in terms of foundations. Well, it is for me because I'm a budget bitch. Things that really attracted me to this foundation was the great reviews. The reviews were overwhelmingly positive, but also I really like the idea of having a foundation that incorporates skincare, kind of, you know, skincare benefits into it. I always feel like whenever I'm wearing foundation, I am torturing my skin. So for me, it definitely makes me feel a bit better about, you know, applying foundation if I know that there are kind of hidden skincare benefits in there. So I'm going to be reading the description straight from the IT Cosmetics official website. So as I said, this foundation costs £32. It's called Your Skin But Better Foundation and Skincare. It totally sold me on that. So this foundation comes in 40 different shades, which is outstandingly good. And I like the way that it's actually quite easy to pick a shade, because the shades aren't named just like arbitrary things like biscuit, toffee, vanilla, banana, hazelnut. You know, they're actually named fair, neutral, light, cool, light, fair, warm, neutral, warm, medium. Honestly, it's a minefield out there. If you've ever tried to pick a foundation shade online, it can be extremely anxiety provoking. So I'm just going to read you out the description of the foundation. It says, experience a better looking complexion instantly. Your Skin But Better Foundation and Skincare features lightweight, medium buildable coverage that instantly improves the look of skin, minimizing the look of pores and imperfections while delivering all-day hydration and wear with a natural radiant finish. It's suitable for all skin types and is infused with hyaluronic acid, aloe vera extract, vitamins E and B5 and herpes acid. I honestly thought that said herpes acid, and I was like, I don't want that on my face. Like, no thank you. Your skin loving foundation works behind the scenes as you wear it. I almost said IT. Okay. It visibly evens the appearance of skin tone and refines the look of skin texture. It's truly your foundation for better skin. The skincare infused foundation delivers a better looking complexion instantly and better bare skin. It's got micro fine pearl powder. It's medium buildable, makes it easy to customize your makeup. And then again, they just talk about what it's infused with. So it does recommend that you apply this foundation with a brush. I'm not a foundation with brush kind of girl, so I'm going to be using my Kaleidos makeup sponge today. If I had to describe my skin type, I would say that I have combination skin. I can definitely get oily in my T-zone, but I do find that I think as I'm getting older, my skin is tending to feel quite dry, particularly when I apply a foundation. My skin can feel like super dry. So I would definitely say that I'm looking for a foundation that will deliver a bit of hydration, which this one claims to. So do you know what? It's kind of selling itself with all of the bells, the whistles, like it's telling us everything we want to hear. And I just really am hoping that this foundation will deliver and won't disappoint. So it comes in this glass bottle. I'm hoping she has a pump. Yes, she does. Also, because I'm getting older, I do have fine lines. I have a lot of pores on my nose. I'll just show you, like, why not? So can you see? Oh my gosh, like this is like the worst area for pores. I get random breakouts on my chin and jaw area, which I do believe are caused by hormones just going all kinds of crazy. Yeah, and I just have fine lines, so that's great. I got the shade Light Cool because I do have light skin. I actually have a little bit of a tan right now. Well, it's not a tan. I put moisturiser that was infused with a tanning agent on last night, so my skin definitely is looking a lot more tan than it would usually. So I'm hoping that this Light Cool isn't going to be too light for my skin that I decided to tan last night. Oh my gosh. Okay, so she's quite runny, as you can see. It's quite runny. I'm liking the look of the shade, but I am hoping that she's going to oxidise just a little bit, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to start with my right hand side first so that we can compare her to the left hand side. Yeah, I can definitely see why they advise you to apply this with a brush, because it is super kind of liquidy, and I do feel like the porous nature of the sponge is just going to soak in a lot of the product. I don't like a full coverage. I'm definitely more of a medium coverage kind of girl. I find that heavy foundations not only just feel super uncomfortable, but they emphasize fine lines and pores more somehow. Do you know what? The shade definitely right now with my tanned face is not the best match, like definitely not. But I do feel like if I hadn't have tanned my face, this would actually be a really good match. That spread really well. My sponge has definitely eaten a lot of the product, but I feel like I've got a really nice, I'd say kind of a light coverage. You can still see through the foundation. You can see my little spots, you know, my little areas of redness. By the way, yes, I did get my lips topped up, just in case you were wondering, which, you know, I'm sure you were. I had them topped up the other day. They're still swollen and they are bruised. I mean, can you see? Bruise. I know they're not for everyone, but I like them. So please do not come for me in the comments. I value your opinion and you have every right to your opinion, but, you know, just know that I like them. I mean, yes, they're swollen. Yes, they're bruised. They're not looking the best right now. So this is not the finished product. You know what I mean? Gosh, guys, this foundation is going on like a dream. Just at this point, I think it's going to be a really beautiful, ethereal kind of finish, and it's definitely not matte. This does have a beautiful radiance to it, but it's not too much. It's not like, you know, super glowy. I'm gonna just like blind you with how glowy my face is. It's not that kind of radiant. It's more of a natural, healthy radiance, I would say. So okay, so let's check out the pores. Yeah, you can still see them. Okay, so now that we've completed one side of the face, so this is the done side, which I think looks really radiant, not overdone. And then this is the not done side. This is like, yeah, we don't talk about this side. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the other side, and then I may build her up a little bit if I'm feeling... Oh my gosh, sorry about that, guys. I did 3 pumps there, and I think I did about 3 on this side, but just keep in mind I am using a sponge. I think that if you're using a brush, they do recommend 2 pumps would be sufficient for the whole face. Wow. I would definitely say if you want to like conserve product, use a brush. And believe me, I do want to conserve product, but I just don't like applying foundation with a brush. Do you know what? I look like a ghost. This is actually pretty light. You know, normally you get fair, which is like super light and then light is light. Normally I buy light and then I think, oh my gosh, I should have got fair. But with this, it just looks so light. And I do take into account, yes, my face was kind of tanned, but this looks ghostly white. I am going to be testing this foundation out over a few days. I don't believe that you can do a first impression, like just a first impression, like, oh, I'm going to wear this foundation for one day, for a few hours, and then tell you what I think of it. I think for it to be like a fair and, you know, full comprehensive review, you definitely need to wear the foundation over a few days, you know, to really get to know her. You have to think of your foundation like a prospective partner. You know, you need to go on a few days with them before you can really judge them. Do you know what I mean? Because they're probably going to be nervous on the first date. Oh my gosh, like, I know it looks very light, but don't worry, it's fine. I just really love the look of it. I think it just has made my face look perfect. Like, not perfect, I'm not bigging up my face here, but I just love the look of it. And I'm not going to build this up at all because I love this level of coverage. This for me is ideal. You know, I'm approaching my 40s now. I don't need a heavy coverage foundation. It's just not going to do anything for me. This is just what I like. So this is how she is looking. It feels super comfortable. Like, I don't really feel like I've got foundation on, although like I can definitely feel it on my face, but it just feels very light and it kind of feels like a moisturiser. It's there, but it's kind of adding something to the comfort of my face as opposed to taking it away. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be back in a few moments to show you how it's all looking. Okay, so I've finished the makeup and I think definitely from a distance this foundation looks so good. It just makes my skin look super flawless but still quite natural. So I think from a distance, yes, this foundation is definitely making me feel happy. However, up close, kind of as I was applying my makeup, I just noticed that it looks quite dry just around my chin area. Historically, my chin has had some issues. I do tend to get a lot of breakouts on my chin, so I do have a lot of texture going on just on my chin area, and I do find that this usually is an area that a lot of foundations just tend to not look great on. Chin is looking quite dry and, dare I say, chalky. I also feel that kind of around my nose. The foundation, it looks dry, okay? It doesn't feel dry, like it feels really quite hydrating on my face. Like, if I could not see my face right now, I would think my face was oily because it kind of feels kind of oily in a way. However, it did, like, up close, I just think it looks quite dry. So hopefully after a couple of days when the tan has disappeared and I'm back to my usual skin colour, I am really interested to see if this foundation looks like a better match, because I mean definitely at the moment, like, it does in a way but kind of not. Like, okay, I'm just going to tell you like the raw truth. I'm not hugely blown away by the foundation, and I feel like sometimes, you know, when you've read so many positive reviews, you have very high expectations and it's almost like it could never be as good as your expectations. My skin just looks chalky and dry. And also, just something to mention, I don't usually powder my face because the L'Oreal foundation that I usually use, it kind of dries down on your skin instantly, so you don't need to powder it. So I don't know if maybe it's the powder that's making things look bad, but I don't like how, can you see my smile lines? Like, even when I'm not smiling, can you see them? Yes, you can. I know you can. It's not looking great in my smile lines at all. I mean, he's done a fairly good job around my pores, but I just feel like it kind of looks a bit dry and chalky. Like, they're the two words that come to mind. But anyway, I'm going to go away. I'm going to thoroughly test out this foundation more, and then I'll be back with you in a few days' time to give you my final review. Okay, so this is only a couple of hours in and my face just seems to be looking chalkier and drier by the second. If you just focus on my chin and just like around my nose, my cheeks, I just don't think my skin looks great. It looks very textured. You can see every single bit of texture and I just don't like it. From far away it's not too bad, but up close, train wreck. Okay, so it's day 2 of trying out this foundation. So the only thing that I'm going to do differently today is I'm not going to set my face too heavily, because I think yesterday I just went a little bit overboard with the loose setting powder, which does have a tendency to dry out my skin. So I just want to eliminate that as being a possible cause as to why my skin looked dry and chalky. So we're going to apply with a sponge again today. Also, I think I'm going to actually apply a little bit less today. Maybe I applied too much yesterday. I want her to be successful. I want her to be the best foundation she can be. And I just, most of all, want this to be a fair test, you know? If she really is shit, you guys don't have to waste £32 on her like I did. Okay, so I've just applied her, and before I've even put anything else on my face, she is looking dry and chalky still. It's almost like she has a liquid to powder finish, and I think that's why I applied more powder on top yesterday. That's why she looked just super powdery. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to apply any powder today, just no powder whatsoever, because she definitely feels like she's dried instantly anyway. But she does look quite powdery. Guys, do you know what? At this rate, this is going to be the last day of me testing, because I mean, my one issue yesterday was that she was dry, chalky and powdery looking, and now I've not put any powder on and instantly she's dry, chalky and powdery looking. So this is not going well, guys. I'll report back to you later and I will let you know how we're getting on, but it's not got off to a good start again today. So okay, so I am back and I hate this foundation. I really wanted to like it because I spent £32 on it, but I could not be more disappointed if I tried. Okay, so this is the 4th day that I've tried this foundation. I've tried to do a few different things. I've tried using it on top of different moisturizers. I have tried using a primer underneath. I've tried just not setting the foundation at all. Believe me, I have given this foundation as good as fair a go as I possibly could, but I just dislike it so much. So I just feel like all of the claims of the foundation, like mainly about it being a radiant finish, are just bullshit. Because to me, this foundation, it looks very matte. And I've not seen anything that actually states this, but I think that it's a liquid to powder foundation, because as soon as I apply it, it transforms into this kind of powdery, chalky look. I don't know how well you can see it right now, but I did film a little clip of me outside earlier so that you can see it in the best possible kind of natural lighting, and I'm just hoping that you can kind of see what I mean. I just feel around my chin, around my nose, just like everywhere, it just looks very dry and it looks chalky. I've not been setting it with powder the last 2 days because I did initially feel that it was the powder that maybe just did not work so well on top of the foundation, but I can categorically tell you right now that the powder, it does not make any difference at all. As soon as this foundation goes on my face and it sets, it takes on this kind of powdery, chalky look, which for me, being someone that is approaching my 40s, I don't want my face to look dry. That's the worst possible finish for me, because it just accentuates any texture, fine lines, pores, and overall it just makes my skin look extremely unhealthy and just dry. I want my skin to look wet, plump, full of bounce. I don't want my skin to look dry. And for this foundation to be claiming to, you know, just like be a skincare and foundation in one, I'm thinking, well, where are you getting that from? Where? Because when I put you on my face, you make my face look less healthy than when I just have bare skin. It was interesting yesterday because I had the foundation on all day and I just had such a low confidence because my face, it just looked awful. It's kind of like this foundation, it just makes my skin look really bad. And then as soon as I took the foundation off, I was like, wow, my skin, she looks great. So maybe that's actually the point of foundation and skincare, because it's a foundation when you put it on, you realise actually, do you know what, my skin was not that bad after all. My skin is fine. I don't know, guys. I just hate the foundation. I actually filmed this conclusion yesterday and I was fuming. I was so pissed off. And it just came out as me just being pissed off and I was ranting. Awful. Look at the pores. Look how it's accentuating my fine line. So it makes me look about 50 years older than I am. Disappointed that I spent 32 of my hard-earned money on this fucking foundation. And because I wanted this to be like a really thorough review, I just thought, no, I'm going to give it one more day, one more chance to impress me. It's kind of like, you know, the foundation equivalent of a bad boyfriend. Like, you know, the boyfriend is shit and he's never going to change, but you keep giving him chances. That was me yesterday. I'm the kind of girl who likes affordable makeup. I don't really believe that you have to spend a lot of money to get really good quality makeup, but for some reason I decided, do you know what? Let's try out this foundation when, you know, I've been in a long-term committed love affair with my L'Oreal Total cover that cost me $10.99. I love that foundation. I don't have any issues with it at all. But for some reason I thought, no, I'm going to jump ship. I'm going to spend £32 on this It Cosmetics. Well, do you know what? This It Cosmetics should actually be called Not It, because it's not it. I wish I could be a bit more succinct here and a bit more analytical with telling you like what I don't like about it, but really it just boils down to the fact that I just think that instantly it makes my skin look dry. And actually last night when I was in bed, I was watching some other people's reviews of this foundation, and what was really interesting to me is that a lot of people were saying, oh my gosh, it looks so radiant, it makes my skin look so perfect, but it's a very light coverage, whereas on me I feel like, no, it's a matte coverage. It's like a liquid to powder. It makes my skin look supremely dry. It's quite a high coverage, like medium to high on me. So I was saying to Honeys this morning that I honestly believe that I've been sold a defective product, because compared to other people's impressions of this foundation, and I know, by the way, I know that it's very subjective. We all have different skin types. Our skin reacts differently to different things, but overwhelmingly, like in the reviews for the foundation on Cult Beauty, on the It Not It Cosmetics website, on the Boots website, overwhelmingly people loved this foundation and they raved about it. Not one person said, this foundation looks dry on my skin. This foundation does not look flattering on my skin. I feel I've been lied to. This foundation is not it. Not one person. And now I'm starting to think all of the reviews are just like fake, honestly. Because, and look, I can't say enough how I know everyone's skin is different. We all have different opinions of things. We all want different things. Our skin reacts differently to different skincare, different foundation. So I cannot emphasize that point enough. But for me to just have, like, almost have had completely the different experience of everyone else apparently in the world, I'm just feeling so pissed off, and I'm feeling like I have a defective product. And plus the fact that I spent £32 on this, I wanted to feel pampered. I wanted to feel like my skin was having the best skin day ever. I wanted to just feel like I love the foundation so much, I never wanted to run out of it. So I was being like really like, you know, like resourceful with it, because I didn't ever want to run out. But that's not the case, guys. I am going to contact Cult what's the name of them? Cult Beauty. I'm going to contact them. I'm going to tell them I think I've got a defective product, because apparently everyone else loves this foundation, but I hate it. I really, really hope that you can see what I mean, because I could literally sit here all day and just rant about this foundation. But I think the most important thing is just if you can see just how much texture I actually have on my chin. Like, this foundation just is giving me no confidence in my skin whatsoever. I'm happier without it. Anyway, guys, I am going to go. I'm so sorry this was such a negative, ranty, moany video. Believe me, I really wanted to like this foundation and I tried everything to get it to work. I feel like I'm explaining to my kids why me and their dad got divorced. Like, oh yeah, we tried everything we possibly could to stay together, but it just did not. It just was not meant to be. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.